Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, question of the night. Will Spencer and Trina last on General Hospital? Given what I saw on yesterday's episode, I don't know. Between that, what Portia said as far as help raising a newborn, I mean, yeah, Portia obviously had ulterior motives, but how wrong was she? You know? It always makes me sit there and think about when how people who are single parents or whatever are very hesitant to sit there and get in a relationship because you have to understand that child comes first. Before anything else in this world, that child comes first. And I think sometimes a lot of times people are just like, oh, you're hot, this, that, and the third, let me be with you. Then they start to get the realities of what it's like to sit there and be with somebody who still has a child. And they're young. You know, Trina just showed up like Spencer was just hanging out, just chilling or whatever. That was not the case. Now, of course, Esme didn't help, but you know, regardless of that situation, the realities are the same. So I want to know from everyone in the chat, are do you think they're gonna last? Lashanta's in the chat was good. Lashanta, thank you for joining. Monique is in the chat. Now let me check the audio because for some odd reason now I got to sit there and check the audio. Blackmon is in the chat. What's good, Blackmon? And Pop is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Let's make sure that okay. Oh, we got a new person. They will ruin Sprina just like they did. What? Valen is all they care about. What? Twitter 069. Kyrese is in the chat. What's good, Kyrese? Thank you for joining. LaShanta said Olivia chill out. Yeah, she's doing too much. Double C is in the chat. What's good, Double C? Oh my God, Autumn. Autumn says, hey, I have a BNB today, which is I really hope Brooke being back with Ridge is the catalyst for Taylor finally to move on and never reopen that door again with Ridge. I've been to punch Lee. Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I agree with that because at this point, this is crazy. Law B is in the chat. What's good, Law B? I Spy is in the chat. Getting tired, Trina. Good. Goody two shoe ways. She is boring to me. I Spy is in the chat. And again, thank you, Autumn. Thank you so much. Ida is in the chat. What's good tonight, Ida? Yeah, I mean, I'm like, yo, I don't understand how and also I Spy is in the chat. Let's give I Spy one welcome. And of course, Autumn's in the chat again. Valerie's in the chat. What's good, Valerie? You know what I'm surprised at? I'm surprised that Steffi didn't sit there and say anything about the kiss. I'm surprised about that. Seriously, thank you, Autumn. Thank you so much. WC says all I asked for on BNB is Finn to beat up Liam. Lashanta says why Chase didn't question Nina. I mean, question her for what though? I mean, she just happened to be there. Dolly's in the chat. Was good, Dolly? That's the thing. It's like you're gonna question her about what? Like, okay, what was you doing there? Oh, I came there to use the pool. That was it, you know. Lashanta says, what happened to Avery? Mason got her. Twitter or yeah, Twitter. My bad. Using ship names. Valen is Anna Valen. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I kind of figured who that was. Monique says, I don't see Trina Spencer lasting because eventually he will show the real cast on his side and she won't be able to deal with it. Yeah, she has to sit there and keep checking him often. Um, Ashanta says, why and cause drama between Ben and Liam? Autumn says, if I was Steffi, I would have said something to Finn because if Steffi didn't want no part in Hope and Liam's marriage problems, I would say something right away. Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't. I'm surprised she didn't say anything right away. Like that didn't really. That still doesn't make any sense to me. Last day was good. Last day. Um, Carrier said, I don't think Mason took Avery. I feel it's going to end up being a misunderstanding because, per spoilers, I don't see Sonny involved. There's no way that would be the case if Avery truly kidnapped. If Avery, I guess we're gonna find out. Last day says because Liam don't need to be messing up Finn and Steffi's marriage. Happy marriage. Yeah, I agree with that. But I just again I don't understand why she didn't say anything. Oh, I gotta look at it again. Did Steffi say anything about um Hope and Thomas kissing? Did she tell him that at least? Because I feel like she didn't tell him anything. Ron is in the chat. What's good, Ron? Um, Darby's in the chat. How you doing tonight, Darby? I don't remember if she actually said anything to Finn about the Hope and Thomas kiss, or did she? And Liam's that they're playing honesty games now. He asked about everything else to see if she was going to sit there and tell him the truth, and she didn't. She literally did not, and I'm just like, so we're gonna have to wait for this confrontation until tomorrow. Last day says I'm good. Trina and Spencer are not good together. They're boring together. Autumn said I think she did tell Finn that something happened between. Okay, I was wondering. Yeah, it was in it was in his own eyes. Okay. Dolia says Steffi loves drama and she loves dealing with Liam toxic as always has and always will. Damn, that's sad. Kyrie says, I agree, Finn needs to beat Liam down. Lashanta said, I'm getting mad about Abe. Yeah, once they did the whole, oh, he's dead and Paulina was crying, at that point I was like, all right, now it's starting to drag a little bit. Don't get me wrong. Also, why is he just now asking to get some fresh air? Why is he now just asking to get some fresh air? I don't even understand that. Monique says, does Finn know Liam kissed Steph? Nope. She did not tell him about that. Ron says, I went on social media and fans were pleading and begging the writers not to put Liam back in Steffi's orbit. And, like, really, you people should really know not to trust these writers. That's actually funny. Ron, even JOJ Media said the same thing. Ron, do you know who James is? Or do you know who James JOJ Media is? Do you know who he is? James Lott Jr. I don't know if you know who that is, Ron. Because I know you know about what you call it, but now Curry says and Nick was this close from getting back on my good side. How dare he and Faith fix their mouth to say all Sharon been through, Adam selfish when they both know. You know the problem with that when I sat there and I watched that scene, it was a shame. Spy Sister Writer is not good for Trina and Spencer. Chelsea's in the chat. What's good, Chelsea? Oh, right, you don't know him. Okay. All right. LaShanta says, I can't believe they're not going to investigate. Yeah, they were just like, nope, he's dead. Yep. We saw some blood and a band and a bracelet, so he's clearly dead because that just makes sense. Monique says, "Have been watching B&B in a while. I watched an old episode. It was when Finn and Hope were together." Wow. Monique, what made you start watching it? Autumn says, like everything goes bad with Hope. Liam goes sniffing around Steffi, and that's not fair. Steffi finally has a gorgeous looking doctor for a husband. Freddie's in the chat was good, Freddie. Now Carrie says it was sheer selfish, both of them, and trifling of Nick and Faith. Hey, okay, but okay, what did Faith do now, Kyrie? I'm not. I mean, I probably might have missed the part, but what did Faith do now? And Duan is in the chat. What's good, Duan? Darby says Steffi, for all her so-called smart, she can't seem that she is helping Liam wreck up her happy family. Lashanta says Nick is arrogant. Adam was wrong to say he chose. Yeah, and that was yes, that's very true. Because I'm just like, bro, you do realize that that was your niece that you're sitting there blaming him for. Like, honestly, tell you the truth, here's the thing. It came more out as a lash out moment because yes, it literally made no sense whatsoever. Oh, um, you weren't there. You were with Sharon and Faith. And I'm like, well, Faith is his daughter. Like, Faith is his daughter. Faith matters more than Sally does. Aspy said, "Yep, he is. That is very true, Aspy. He is going to be doing a movie soon." Harry says Faith was the one that told Sharon to tell Adam he's a jerk for stopping by. I mean, that's true, but here's the thing, though. To be fair, Adam came in there and he was getting on Chance for no reason. So I understand why. I understand why she lashed out like that. Queen of the South is in the chat. What's good, Queen of the South? And Ariana is in the chat. How you doing tonight? We survived Hell Day. We survived Hell Day. And the Queen is here. I'm good. How are you doing tonight, Queen of the South? Freddie says this is the one time Carly Jr. didn't get on my nerves. I agree, even if the evidence. I agree with that too. I agree with that too, Freddie. Um, the minute she was like, so, what's the problem? I don't understand why we can't use it. Let's everyone say what's up to Ariana and Queen of the South. Ron says Phoenix says that he's unfollow people who unfollow people who are doing the talking because they harass actors. Of course, Queen. You know I got something else about the Queen. Monique says Adam got me when he said I can do all the right things and still get the short and stick. It's not what he said. It's not what he said word for word, but close to it. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. I'm just like, bro, you out of pocket for sitting there blaming Nick for saving his daughter. Also, your niece. The amazing, gorgeous Janet is in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to Janet. Um, Ariana said, "Yes, we did. My friend had to have that. Yes, of course. You know that's where I always go." Janet says, "Will Steffi tell Finn they're missing?" Will Steffi tell Finn they missed? Carrie said, "Adam is grieving right now. Sharon's the only one showing him real compassion. Adam need comfort and to see how Sharon was doing, so he's not a jerk for stopping by." Go, no, 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 no. I'm not talking about that. Oh, okay. Oh, you're talking about okay. Now I understand what you're talking about. I thought you meant like the first time he came. Nope. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit different then. Yeah, she didn't, which really made no sense to me. It. I don't understand. Like That would why not that be like the first or second thing that you would sit there and say? Freddie says, nope, I don't think Spencer and Trina will last. I don't think so either. I think they're gonna definitely go through it. I think they're definitely gonna go through it. Uh Lashanta says Ashley has been telling Billy Jack was gonna promote Diane. See. Lashanta says it's Nick's fault. He can't move on without Sally. Well, no, what? Lashanta says it's Nick's fault. He can't move on without Sally. How is that Nick's fault, though? I mean, the last time I checked, I thought Sally actually has a mind of her own. So how is that Nick's fault? Darby says even if they get rid of Esme, what makes you think that Josh won't replace Esme as Town Snake? I wouldn't sit there and say it was a rinse and repeat. I would sit there and say it was more stalled than anything else. Can't say it's rinse and repeat. I mean, you can sit there and say the show's probably. Now, Lashanta says Sally's too dependent on Nick, but then that's on Sally then. That's on Sally. That's not on Nick. I'm sorry. That's not on Nick. And let's be very clear. Even if Nick wasn't in the picture, she's so mad at Adam right now, it wouldn't even matter. That's on Sally. That whole thing is on Sally. We can't just start blaming Nick for like I don't know world pollution and stuff like that. It's the same thing with. It's the same thing with Nina. As much as I don't like Nina, and I really don't, we can't put that on Nick. Sally is a grown ass woman who can make her own choices, good or bad, and so that has to solely rest on her. And as far as him moving on, he needs to move on with therapy. What he needs to do is he needs to sit there. And let's be very clear. He needs to sit there and stop. You know, he needs to sit there and start giving her approval. She doesn't want to forgive him. Okay, you know what? He's gonna have to sit there and learn how to forgive himself because that's on her demons, and whatever that she's going through. Freddie says no matter what the heifer Esme did, those crimes, yeah, she did. That's exactly what I said. I was totally okay with it. Ron says Albert from today episode says I'm calling Bone the Blue French reprieve. Even Phoenix said that. Okay, I mean, what is Ron says Albert from today I'm calling Bo rinse and repeat. Even Phoenix said that. Okay. I, I mean, listen, I like Phoenix Tremaine, but I mean, what he says isn't law. That's just his opinion, and you agree with that, and that's cool. But Lashanta says Sally was independent. No, he promised her he would be there. She lashed out today. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna have to agree to disagree on that. We're gonna have to agree to disagree on that because I 100% disagree on that. Carrie says if Nick was there with her and made the same choice, and Adam was the one who saved Faith, and Sharon Sally would still blame Adam somehow. Adam always gets the short end. Yeah, I mean, and I agree with that. I'm just not there saying we can't sit there and blame Nick because Sally is just mentally unstable right now. That's on her, and she lashed out at Nick because Nick decided like an idiot to sit there and just take it. Duane says, "What did Hope and Thomas do behind closed doors?" That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Big Samuel's in the chat. What's good, Samuel? Let's everyone say what's up to Samuel. How are you doing, my friend? Lashanta says, "Won't Sharon tell Adam he needs to grieve with Sally, but Nick telling him to stay away?" Well, yeah, because because Sally's telling them to stay away. So it's not like okay. I mean, listen, if you ever sit there and play mental gymnastics, sit there and try to find a reason to blame Nick, oh, I just don't think that that's the case. That's all. Um, Darby says, do you think that Selena Wu and Tracy are partnering to take over Deception? One clue is Tracy telling someone on the phone that you're not my boss. Maybe, but I would sit there and say she would say that to anyone now. You know, Monique said Adam needs to be with Connor and focus on him and getting back to being the ruthless Adam. I think he just needs counseling. Yeah, but that's exactly. I didn't sit there and say it was abnormal. I'm sitting there saying like she needs to sit there and deal with it the way she deals with it. But Adam shouldn't be sitting there trying to ask her for her forgiveness. He needs to sit there and give her space and her time. Sammy says no, no. Nick did not just take it. He was trying to help her get through. Yeah, no, he was. I'm sitting there saying like take it like yeah. That's not exactly what I meant. DC, I heard Nick being slayed, and I felt some in Bostic Enterprises. DC's in the chat, one and only. Alyssa's in the chat. How you doing tonight, Alyssa? That's right. Oh, that's what I had to sit there and do. I got it. Damn it. I meant to text you today, too. Kyrie says Adam deserves much better than Sally, with the way Sally wants to latch on to Nick before and during her pregnancy, and now after maybe she never really cared for Adam, Victor, right? She's a social climber. And what's good, Nikisha? Thank you for joining. We do not do no Nick Slang over here. Double C says, I wonder if Tracy is working with the same person who Mason. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. I would definitely like that. I'm just, I sit there and I'm like, Sally's going through right now. And she did sit there and tell Adam to back off and give her some space. So that's what you gotta do. Cat lady's in the chat. What's good, cat lady? Let's everyone say it's up to cat lady. Juan says, then if she's working with Gladys, oof. DC says, Nick is a good man, and y'all out here slaying his name. I won't allow. Nick Newman is a good man, and my guy DC is not going to stand for it. God damn it. Lashanta said, do you think Tracy's working with Marty? Hmm. That's interesting. I don't know. Whoa. Okay, DC. DC says cat lady, aka Nurse Whitney. I'll call you Nurse Whitney because she got all those cats statues. DC, you realize that you just compared cat lady to a nut job, right? Monique says, what's going on? Okay. Alyssa, I did enjoy today's episode, but my issue with Harrison, they might as well send Steve back on GH because his career is the same. Yeah, that's why I always sit there and call him. That's why I always call him Jason 2.0 on there. Exactly why I always call him Jason 2.0 on there. DC says Nick is a man. Sure, he cheated on Phyllis, but who hasn't? The woman is insufferable. Well, I mean, not that I condone cheating, but yeah, she is very insufferable. Uh, Samuel says, I think Sally was just thinking about everything she lost her parents via her fashion designs. Dream she lost Adam too because he pushed her away, and now the baby. Yeah, she did feel better after that. So, and you know what? Yeah, he. Chelsea says, "I'm bold and beautiful. I want Finn to find out about Lena's kiss. I want Finn to confront." I think everybody wanted that at that point. Everybody wanted that at that point. Samuel says, "I keep telling you, Steve Burton can't act. I don't know how many times I got to tell y'all this." He wants says Sally is confusing. Now DC says Nurse Whitney just needs her cousin, something to take sense of her. Laura Appley Albert gets that reference. Kubala? Nope. Sorry. Nope. Alyssa Jason was smarter than this. Harrison has to be one of the dumbest hitmen ever on days. And Pop says, Albert, according to the spoilers, Trina and Spencer are supposed to break off. Fans are upset. Writers may decide to keep them together after the writer's strike. Wow. Why is it? Lorby, that was my show back then. That was my show back then. Living Singles was my show back then. I was It was somebody I actually really liked on that show too. Alyssa says Harrison's so dumb for telling Megan that Kate was being. Well, I mean, he didn't tell her directly, but he could have lied better though. Curry says, I'm gonna come at Nick even harder now. That selfish, arrogant jackass, that male or Hembo better go back to forcing focus on Nick before he bags a bone, sister fire him, and replace him with Nate. Jesse Jess is in the chat. What's good, Jess? Yeah, I see Trina and Spencer breaking up, but they will bring them back together. Alyssa says, I think I'm going to start watching Jason. Yeah, I can see that. Oh, damn, I still didn't get that. I mean, it's been a hot minute, though. It's been a hot minute to actually watch it, though. They did. They did? What? I got to check. I mean, I'm, clearly still not happy about that, but I got to check, though. Ron Sasabit, when the writers pulled Liam's stuff together again, they will sooner or later, where does it lead Finn's character? Where does it lead Finn's character? I don't see why they would actually put them together now, to be honest. Kerry says, what happened with Harrison and Megan? Damn, I forgot to watch days. Harrison got kidnapped. He got kidnapped by Megan and Shen. Bobby says, that's what I said. DC says, also, I really enjoyed not knowing that the old Theo was coming back last week. It's blessings to be spoiler free. We gotta talk, DC. We gotta talk. Lashanta says, Kyle's so dumb, he will regret Audra. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. Audra look good. It's kind of hard to regret a decision like that. I'm just saying. Sarah says, I'm just happy that Warner is in a must see TV mode again. It's the best soap opera right now, in my opinion. It's the best soap. I'm not gonna lie, they definitely stepped it up. I will sit there and say that they definitely stepped it up. Now Monique says, according to rumors, spoilers, Mariah finds out about Kai and Audra, and Kai asks Mariah to not say anything this summer. Oh hell no. Freddie says, to be honest, Lanikia GH3 was better than the lame ass episode. Yeah, but to be fair, that's kind of our job to sit there if make the episode the review a little bit more better than the episode. Simon says, I'm just happy that why not. Oh, Ron says, Albert, you really gonna trust Bell and his I don't listen, I don't trust anything. I just watch it to see what happens. Ariana says the mods is out. the mod says out is the. Oh yeah, of course. I got my Ariana. Of course, you know I got my right here. Got the wine right there. DC says Nick is the type of man that everyone wants. He's been the most consistent character on Y&R. Thank you. Hit that like button. Beat that like button's ass. I have no idea where we are on likes. I know we got 46 people in the chat, which is amazing. And this phone is taking like forever. Like move your increase in oh, that's good to know. Amazing. And I'm so glad this is not an emergency. I would have been okay. So we got 14 likes. We got 46 people in the chat. So if y'all enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It really does actually help. We got some new people in there. We got some new people in there. What's that, Albert? Oh, it's Moscato. Well, it's pretty much just like this, except for you know. Cavalier says we gave you a list, sir, and you haven't hit that list. I know. I still have it up there. I have to go by my job to sit there and see if they have it over there. There's two places I'm gonna stop by. You know what? I'm glad that you actually said something, Kathleen, because there's actually another place to go. So I think I hit that. I think I hit that place up on Friday. So thank you. There's one other place to go. Oh, Double C saying that Josh and Spencer. Double C, yeah. Double C, are you joking about that? Are you being dead ass serious? Summer says I'm ready to see Chance and Summer get to this affair because it's leading that way. Honestly, to tell you the truth, Sam, I'm so glad that I'm not the only person that saw that. Now, DC says I would stay drinking. It's going to give Alexis Davis some. Damn, you compared me to Alexis Davis, and of course Jesse just Jesse just agreed because Becky D's in the chat. What's good, Becky D? Everyone, let's say what's up to Becky D. Listen, I'll tell you one thing. If I actually start ever drinking in like the daytime, like 5 o'clock, and it's not the weekend, yeah, then that's going to be a problem. In case you're welcome to my world. DC says, but in all seriousness, I can't recall Alexis being so annoying of a character as she has these past few years. I remember back in the day, she used to actually be worse. Let's say the writers need to get better on GH. They can't find Esme anything to do other than Sprina. Well, they need a villain. They need some sort of obstacle. Say that much. They need some sort of obstacle. Although I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so let me get this straight. They need backup, right? Or Laura says that they need backup taking care of Ace. Why the hell would you get Why the hell would you get Martin Gray and Lucy to help them? What are you supposed to sit there and help with? Even Spencer was like, "Have you held a baby? Have you changed the diaper? No. Then what the hell are you doing here?" Um, I'm glad you're doing great, Becky D. Samuel says I need. Okay. He's Freddie says Trina might have to accept the fact that she has to let Spencer go after all. Baby Ace needs all the care and protection as possible. Okay. DC says I'm gonna head off. I'm trying to live my best spoiler life free. All right, have a good night, DC. I do gotta I do gotta sit there and hit you up though. Jackie P's in the chat. Was good, Jackie P? Kerry said you better show some respect to Mr. Albert Bostic. He's no Alexis Davis. He's not a train. Yeah, no, thank you, Kyrie. Thank you. I did sit there and say, listen, if I actually start ever drinking in the daytime, then we're gonna have a problem. Then we're gonna have a problem. Kylie said Spencer was giving dad mode. Listen, but he was funny though. He was like, "Yo, listen, have you changed the diaper? Like, have you done anything? Then like, what's your problem?" DC said before I leave, I nominate Kyrie's Clark of Clark Industries as legal counsel for Bostic Enterprises. I agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Keisha is head counsel already. Yep, that's very true. Trust me. Lucky to have Nikisha. Jackie P said I started watching GH when they combine characters. Who is Martin to Laura? Oh wow. Okay, Jackie P, what are you watching then? Thank you. Respect. Jackie P, what soap operas are you watching? Jakara's. Oh my god, it's Jakara's. Jakara's is in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to Jakara's. Gemini's in the chat. Listen, Gemini, whenever you're here, you're on time. You are on time. Man, these comments are coming fast. I am. Jen said day drinking is okay well, yeah, when you're on vacation. Yes, no, I agree with that. Samuel says, GH does not hold my attention. That show is in the pits right now. Perry says, I had to defend Albert. The hitman. Yes, that's right. That's why I always sit there and call Kyrie my right hand man. That's my guy right there. Jimmy says, who is Tracy partner? That was funny. Somebody was there saying it could be that's right. We get a full, oh my god, we're almost up to 50 people. We're at 49 people. Gemini, somebody said it could be Miss Wu. Wow, these comments are going so fast. Jackie P says, I started watching again before Sunny's amnesia, then stopped again when Nina got on my just started watching again. That's amazing that she got on your nerves. Why am I not surprised? Freddie says GH has been sinking for a long time. Yeah, that's right. You guys, before you leave, you guys sit there and say what's up to what the hell is this? Really? I had to do okay. That's nobody wants Esme and Spencer back together. Hell no. I don't know. You'd be surprised. Just said Nina sure is good with men who don't know. Becky D says tap that. Yeah, it really does. Actually, tap the like button. It really does. It really. Oh, we got Grams TV. Grams just made the 50 mark. How are you doing, my friend? Tracy Steves in the chat. Wow. Jackie P says Martin called Laura little sister, but I don't remember having a brother. Cyrus Renault is Laura's half sister or full sister or half sister. So they're related through. He's their half sister. That's what it comes down to. Let's say, yeah, I wouldn't, Albert, but I don't want it. I would definitely start watching if that happens. Oh, I'm having some applesauce. I got my noodles over there, so it's pretty much the usual food set. Cadillac says this is pop. Yeah, it's yeah. Oh my God, we actually have 52 people in the chat. Damn, I actually have to start drinking a little bit early tonight. Holy shit. Damn, I didn't even crack into. Tracy said, give it up for the applesauce. You know I gotta sit there and do the applesauce. You know I gotta do the applesauce, of course. Ugh. I'm not gonna lie, every time, in case I thought, because Mike pop. I don't know, he may actually pop in tonight. I know, Sam, I'm trying. I really am. I'm trying to keep up. Between trying to open up that thing and everything like that, my bad. Uh, we don't really know anything about Whitney, but she is so squeaky clean. Well, yeah, because as far as work is concerned, it's just anyway. Good night. Have a good night, DC. Definitely gonna sit there and hit you up. If we do gotta sit there and talk. DC says, "Why did I think it was Monday? I'm out here, Albert. Tune out. It may just be me." He says it's normal to miss some chats. A lot of people in the chat here. Yeah, it was going a lot fast. It was going a lot faster. Um, and I would sit there and say normal. So thank you everyone for understanding at the very least. Samuel says Kentucky Fried tab is all I think of when Martin Gray is on my screen. Monique says good night everyone. Got a busy day in the AM. See y'all soon. Definitely. You have a great night, Monique. It was really great to see you in the chat. Darby says, wait, Albert, you're not going to pour one for the brothers who are not here. You don't waste wine, do you? No, I do not. I don't waste alcohol at all. Ariana says you always read the comments faster after a couple of drinks. You know, it's odd because I feel like I read the comments slower after a couple of drinks. Ron says it matters to you, but not to the writer stuff. Okay, I see where we're going with this. I'm just gonna stay my ass out of that. All right, Jakars, you have a great night. I look forward to watching more of your reviews. People don't know Jakars also does reviews on his channel, so definitely hit him up. Terry says I'm creating a new T-shirt that. Yes, did you see my comment? I love I love that shirt. I sir, Jess, if you see it, it is actually pretty awesome. Robbie says, "How's the rain near you?" Pretty terrible to be honest. But you know, it's really funny though. People always sit there and say to me, um, "Man, it's gonna rain today. It's gonna be so rainy. It's not gonna be nice outside." I'm like, "Yo, listen. Once I get home, I'm pretty much just kind of inside for the rest of the night. So I don't know what outside looks like at that point." WC says, "Oh hell, it's breaking loose." I want to I want to binge watch it. So what I'm doing is I have the last week's episode, and I'm going to be watching this week's episode at some point. But I am looking forward to it. That dude says seems like GH is setting up for Spencer and the new Esme to bond over Ace. A lot of people are saying that. No, actually looks pretty cool though. Hello that dude. See, hitting the like button really does help. Maybe it seems like that after I have a couple of drinks. Yeah, I used to think about that though sometimes. as far as drinking and doing a live stream. Kelly says, sounds like Jake's just trying that. Yeah, that I was in this. Wow, okay. That's right. Let's everyone say hi to that dude. Yeah, it seems like they're going. It seems like they're going that route. It seems like they're going that route. See, that's. I mean, I think why. I think in some ways that's why they don't share a child. So why should they bond? They don't share a child, so why should they bond? Well, they. Well, okay. That may be Spencer's brother, but he loves that child, with all his heart. So I can see them. I can see them bonding over that child. I can. Brother says, I mean, just as why does Valentine need to go with them to Chesney? Um, he's a spy. He knows how to shoot. He speaks the language. But if that's the case, though, why is Yuri going? Valentine makes more sense to go than Yuri does. If we're going to be honest, Freddie says General Hospital is sinking down like the Titanic. And my dude Samuel said GH is thinking like that. So, okay, okay, maybe a little bit too soon. Maybe just a little bit too soon. Jesus Christ, that was dark. Yeah, I was like, not gonna lie, little too soon. That's why they're bringing Europe. But it makes more sense. Yeah, I was gonna sit there and say, um, still trying to get over that comment. But yeah, it makes more sense for them to bring. It makes more sense for them to bring Valentine than Yuri. I hope we get to see this adventure because people listening to this saying like she's going to Chesney. Um, seems like she's going to Chesney just because the actress wants to vacation. Ron says, Albert, why would Esme still want Spencer? She could do better with someone else who could help her with Spencer. Like who? Bliss said, but you missed my point, Albert. Why should Spencer and Esme bond? I get that Ace is Spencer's brother, but that doesn't mean he should be nice to Esme. Well, I mean, Esme is the mother of that child. I don't see him being mean and nasty and stuff like that. I don't feel like that's good tension as far as the baby is concerned, you know? Darby says because the actor playing Valentine is getting the summer off to play. Oh yeah, he's gonna be on that show. What's it called? The Villains, where he wears like this really terrible, ugly mustache. Um, and Pop says Albert, if Spencer and Esme get together, Ace would be his half brother and his stepson. Sounds like Jackie's family tree. Oh, Jackson's family tree. Hmm. Curry says Esme can hook up with Dex. It would hurt Josh. That's a good. Damn. Freddie says instead of Anna and Valentine being booed up, they should call the police when they saw. That's yeah. You're absolutely right. Graham says Harrison got snatched by Megan like Helena took Drew. He's definitely not like Jason. He did too much talking, and she kept saying you should have listened to Kate. Yeah, he definitely bossed that job. And yet I still call him Jason 2.0. W says that show is stupid funny. Is it on Disney Plus? I may sit down and watch the first 5 minutes of it just to see what it's like. Let's say you don't know what Esme has. But Spencer shouldn't be nice to Esme just because she's the mother of the child. All right, I mean, we can agree to disagree on that. Oh, so we can agree to disagree on that. Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm gonna check that show out. I'm gonna check like 5 minutes of that show out. It's kind of hard to then make time for the full episode or to watch more episodes because I'm so, you know. Sammy says, I feel like GH has forgotten who Esme is. We don't really know her thoughts. She's acting like a broken heron. It needs to be clear if she's faking. You know, I do agree with that. I do agree with that, Sammy. Have a good night, Chelsea Brown. Thank you for joining. Have a great night. Ron says Phoenix did a video and he said that the making character in days is, oh, July. Damn, that fast? No, I don't. See, that's the thing. I don't feel like they're painting Trina as the villain. I don't. I think what it comes down to, and I said this in my review, is that Trina is, I don't want to sit there and say getting a dose of reality, but getting a dose of reality when it comes towards how much time is he going to have for her with Ace being in the picture. You know, that's what it really comes down to. That's what it comes down to. Graham says I'm still calling him Jason Pruna, but he's showing his defects. Yeah, no, he's still gonna be called he's still gonna be called Jason 2.0. Yeah, I heard about that double C. 2 weeks, right? Or something like that. Gary says, oh, Esme was manipulated by Ryan Chamberlain, maybe even when she gets her memories back. I think she's capable of changing. Hmm. I mean, granted, I think it's possible for anyone to change. I think the question really comes down is, do you want her to change? That's the thing. Ron says Megan has potential as a villain, but as said, she's leaving the show. Yeah. Actually, I like Megan. I mean, I like Kristen too, but Kristen goes up to the line. She doesn't go over the line now. Yes, I feel like she was. Freddie said this is why Ava should have told Sonny, and I agree with that. I listen when that happened. I was like, "Bro, you should have said something." Double she says first week of July. Oh, nice. Okay. Lashanta said Trina knew that before. Don't act brand new. He says Spencer should have plenty of free time. He doesn't have a job and needs his daycare 40 hours a week. Yeah, but then things come up though, too. Like he had to sit there and leave. Sam says Megan is comical. She doesn't really do it for me. Tracy says, if you change, if you want to change, love it. If you want to change, love it. What do you mean by that? I'm sorry, I might have missed a comment. Damn, hands are so wet. But yeah, there was a point where Bobby says, if you had the choice to fire either Josh, Trina, Esme for the sake of the show, who would you get rid of? You know, you said, and then you said people can change. Oh yeah, that's very true. Okay, thank you. Graham says, did you get a chance to watch Y&R for tomorrow? No, I didn't. Man, that's a really good question. I barely had enough time to sit there and watch the stuff today. See, part of me, I personally think that Joss has a better storyline than Trina, but I don't know. I got to think about that one because I would maybe sit there and say maybe I feel like if they leave her as a hero how she is or just being whiny, then I would sit there and say get rid of Esme. I would sit there and say get rid of Esme, keep Trina and Joss. But if she does turn back into a villain, then I feel like she can probably have more potential. So thank you. Yes, tap that like button. Listen, we got 54 people in the chat, and I'm almost afraid to sit there and um I'm almost afraid to sit there and see what the where the likes are at. Oh, Crystal's in the chat. What's good, Crystal? Uh, wow, this is just going. Simon says, I'm just not invested in making because I know she's leaving. The writers don't seem invested in her either. Okay, well, that makes sense. Krista says, why would Spencer forget all that Esme has done just because he is her brother's mom? She slept with her father. That's unforgivable. I'm saying as far as keeping the peace. That's what I'm saying. Just as far as keeping the peace. Now I didn't. Oh, that I know I missed another because somebody. Oh, Javios is in the chat. Hi, I love Spencer and Trina. I'm getting my last nerves. I'm getting my last nerves on. Javros is in the chat. What's good, Javros? Just said Josh has a better story than Trina because she's white. Why do you think that? I'm not even gonna get into all that. I'm just in there saying like that's just. But how are you doing tonight, Crystal? Cutlery says yes. Spencer does need to keep the peace. Him and Esme need to grow up. Yeah, that's what I'm sitting there saying for the baby's sake. I'm not, my whole thing is like, I'm not sitting there saying that they need to be besties and date or anything like that. I'm saying be civil for the sake of the child because, babies pick up on that. That's all I'm saying. Um, yes. I like the old Esme. This new version, I'm not liking. Just says Sprina fans base is so big, so I would say they're writing great for Trina. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they were part of the Ice Princess storyline. They had some good stuff. Okay, I think you're taking this a little bit too serious, but okay. Like I said, I'm gonna agree to disagree with you on that. I'm not. We not picking back up on what happened last Wednesday. That's what we're not gonna be doing. Ron says, so if Spencer does let Trina go, then why would Esme still want him back? Hmm, I don't know. Becky G said, I don't trust new Esme for a hot minute. And Rihanna says, I like the old Esme. She was pulling. Yeah, that's what I said. I want the old Esme back. I want the old Esme back. Javro says, "Hi, I'm sorry yesterday because my phone was not charging, but I'm back. I'm watching Days of Our Lives yesterday." What do you think of it? What do you think of the episode? Freddie says, like the saying, babies do bring people closer together, but hopefully not in a romantic way. With Spencer and Esme only just being cordial, that's it. Yeah, that's what I'm sitting there saying. Like, no one's sitting there saying they need to be besties and stuff, but what they don't need to be sitting there doing is fighting 24/7, you know? Double C says I got a good name for Josh and Spencer. So, what? Toby says, does anyone remember Michael and Springer? The fans loved those two and they killed off Springer just like that. I wonder why. Like, I wonder why. Um, Samuel says, new Esme is still Esme in my opinion because I'm sick of this crap. Now, Lashanta says, I like Esme now. Oh, Esme now. Okay. It's Rain, of course. Ron says, Albert, why would Jerry accept money from Whitney and he knows what she is doing wrong, keeping him? Because if he doesn't, she's gonna, he's gonna want to go into jail. If you watch today's episode, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He's the one that planted all that evidence. So she's like, "Yo, listen, if the if the cops come in, um, it's a wrap for him." So Crystal said, "Josh is just like Carl. Is like Carly clone. One Carly is enough. Josh can go." Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, if it's old Esme, then I would sit there and say Trina. But if it's new Esme, then you can keep Trina and you can keep Josh and you can just take off Esme because I'm not a fan of this version. Curry says Sabrina and Michael had more chemistry than Michael and Willow. Cat Lady says yes, I'm loving Esme. She is very young character pains. So yes. Wow, somebody's angry. Lashanta says when her memories come back, Cam told her so she's smart. Lashanta says she's good with her baby. Yeah. Hmm. I'm sitting thinking about her in like now, right? Darby says Esme and Spencer don't need to be nice to one another. They just need to be cordial for the baby's sake. Yeah, that's literally what I'm sitting there saying. Like, nobody wants to sit there and be in a house where you feel like it's like World War II or World War III, you know? Freddie says Portia's plan is succeeding with breaking Spencer and Trina apart without her having to sabotage them is really Esme though. I mean, yeah, she wasn't helping. Simon says Esme is being written like Nina from YNR back in the '80s when Chance was a baby, just not written as well. Hmm. Nikisha, hopefully when the writers get paid better, their minds will be freed to create better stories. Now, Samuel says, I agree, Portia, Spencer is trash. Trina don't need him. Simon says, I agree with Portia. Spencer is trash. Trina don't need him. Damn. Ron says, Alyssa, you're only saying that because you're. Hey, that sounds like fighting words. I mean, at this point, we know. Javro says, B&B Hope saw the luggage. It's Italian, and Hope said to Liam, why were you in Italia, do you think? He's going to say it tomorrow. He's going to say it tomorrow. I'm just mad that he didn't say it today. That's where I just got annoyed about. Just so I can see where Portia is coming from, a parent point of view. I can see it too, up until a point. Um, I think she's been obnoxious to the point where I actually had to sit there and defend Spencer every now and then. But again, she wasn't wrong. His time, you know what I'm saying? Like, he may not actually have all the free time that he may think he has if things come up or whatever. She can't work that day, she's sick or whatever. Um, as you know, I've talked about it in my review as far as that is concerned. Darby says in that part of Esme and Spencer chemistry, they hate each other a lot, and it's only a matter of time before they sleep together. Lashanta says Portia better stay in her lane, worry about Curtis. I mean, that's true. I mean, granted, well, to be fair, she can multitask, but let Trina find out her own, and that's very true. Alyssa says Spencer shouldn't spend more of his energy taking care of a baby. Wow, okay. I'm gonna leave that alone. Sarah says Warner has only one writer writing the whole show, and it's better than all the shows. The writing strike actually worked out for the better for YNR. Damn. Wait, okay. I'm missing that part though, to some extent. Becky says Portia is working hard on pushing Trina right into Spencer's arms, and that was the thing. Like Miss Gee's in the chat. What's good, Miss Gee? Darby says, does Spencer still have a job anymore? Nope. Mm, I'm not Alyssa, but okay. Carrie says, at least I've been on my best behavior all day since so many of my favorites are in the chat. Where's CW? I thought I missed. Miss Gee's in the chat. How you doing tonight? EPM, you gotta chill. Hey, y'all. Jarvis says, do you love Spencer and Esme or Spencer and Trina together? Hmm. I mean, for me personally, I don't really care either way, but Sammy says Spencer was gone. He'd be spending all his time taking care of a baby. They should have just made it his baby. Now, Darby says, who is running Calcine Industries nowadays? Damn. That's a damn good question. Kyrie says that baby ain't Spencer, so let Spencer take Trina on their little dates. And Esme can take care of her baby. She's a good mom. Oh, I'm good. I'm good, Miss Gibbs. So it's always a pleasure to see you in the chat. Find out that baby's daddy and cut that crap out. Graham says, "How do you think Megan is going to end?" Well, it's definitely not going to be jail. I feel like she has way too much she has way too much potential to sit there and just kill off. So if anything, I would sit there and say jail. I would sit there and say maybe jail. Just says Spencer can do both. He just doesn't want to. Ron says Albert Josh has really turned the young and the restless into watchable and exciting. It's the second soap opera right now behind Days of Our Lives. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Freddie says Baby Ace is Nicholas or Spencer's where's DNA test. Darby says, how does that business stay afloat with no one? Yeah, exactly. That's what I was like, when you said Cash Eye Industries, I was like, what what are you talking about? That's still a thing? Lashanta says, well, if he used that fake evidence, Book will be seeing him soon. Ooh. Yeah, we know what happened last time he was in jail with Book. Samuel says Megan is going to come back. Just like Helena. Just like Helena. Harry says, what if Mason is Esme's real baby daddy? Then that would just be weird as F. That would be, oof. I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I think he would have so much of a hard problem playing that character if that was the case. Samuel says Daisy's okay, but I feel like the writers are becoming stagnant. They keep writing the same ish over and over and over again. Like B&B. Crystal says it's ridiculous that Spencer can't have a love life and pick up the slack for Esme when he needs to. He doesn't work and Asa is in daycare. Yeah, I agree with that. LaShanta said Valentine needs to run Cast Industries and give ELQ back to the Quartermains. Damn, who would even actually run it though? Let's say I stand by what I said. Esme will forever have all the smoke because she's trash. Okay. Ron says, I bet you see what I'm saying, Bell, what he's doing to Taylor's character. I feel like it's a little bit different. I feel like, no, well, I don't know about disgusting and sickening. That's, I wouldn't say all that, but and says, I bet even if Esme and Spencer get together, she would still sleep with someone else. She seems that type. In case, Albert, do you know what cross contamination is? Looking through, you might want to use a bowl for your applesauce so you don't get. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I think I may actually have to pick on one tomorrow. Thank you, Nikisha. I would say Esme for jail with a bunch of, yeah, wow. So you're eating your applesauce. Yep. Darby says Michael tried to take over LQ with Drew, but failed. What keeps him from trying to take over Cast on Industries when there's no one to stop him? Good point. Yeah, gotta have the applesauce, but um, I think that's actually a good idea as far as getting a bowl. Plus, when I get the big ones, then I won't have to be dipping my hands and doing all that other nonsense. Kyrie says If Spencer wants more time with Trina, maybe he should enroll in PCU. Education doesn't hurt anyone. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Miss Key says, taking notes for the weekend. Okay. Webby says it's only fair that Castlin have tried and succeeded in taking over LQ 3 times. I'm all over. Catley says Abed is always just contaminating it. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Getting get the little sauce packs. See, that's the thing, Miss Gay. Wow, first of all, we got about 58 to 60 people in the chat. I should just probably get a ball instead. So I'm gonna look into that tomorrow, try to find a place to get a ball. Someone says days with all the brainwashing, bringing folks back from the dead, the swiping in and out, love interest is old. It's just not suitable, in my opinion. Harry says Whitney and Nina are the same. No, they are not. No, they are not, Kyrie. Listen, Whitney is a nut job. Whitney is a nut job. But yeah, no, Kathleen, I'm gonna get one tomorrow. Whitney is a nut job. Nina, they're both delusional, but like this chick is like willing to sit there and kidnap people. They are not the same. And this is coming from somebody who don't even like Nina. Sammy says they need to solidify on couples, solidify matriarchs and patriarchs, and get rid of Dr. Roth if they can't write him in his own story. I'm tired of the Marvel comics and all of. I actually like Roth. Every time he comes in, he's just. George says, "Who's your favorite today? Why in our OGH days?" Hmm. I would sit there and say GH. I would say GH today. Days was second. There was something I liked about what you call it though. So yeah, GH first. We are not the same. Thank you, Grams. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. It really does help. Thank you, Grams. Yeah, no, they're not the same. Where are we on the likes? There are like 54 people in the chat. We are. Where are you? Okay, we got 31 people so far. 31 likes. We got 50 sub people in the chat. So if you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It really does help. In the case, I don't know anything about Whitney, but I know Nina isn't above kidnapping, obviously. Well, that's. Okay, that was. Wow, that was kind of scary. Um, Technically, she didn't kidnap her. She didn't kidnap Sunny. She just kind of played along into it. Like, hmm, you know, now I think about it. Okay, it might be a little. It may be kind of simple. No, no, no. Actually, it may actually. Graham says now Whitney is a different kind of crazy. Nina's just lied to get her man. Yes. ZK's in the chat. What's good, ZK? Hello, she kidnapped. You know what? Never mind. Never mind. She did kidnap a child. Well, I stand corrected. Carrie says I hope Whitney gets her canopus. You should get a cake that day. I wouldn't mind getting a cake that day. Yeah, Cat Lady, I was like, I wasn't even talking about. No, no, no. But that's who I was thinking, Keisha. I totally forgot about the Avery thing. Yeah, Yeah, never mind. Okay. All right. That's damn. Ron says, Albert, someone Ron says, Albert, someone asked me to ask you if Sheila had her babies yet. No, they're not gonna do that. Ron, I'm gonna tell you right now, Sheila would never have a baby. Ever. No, Spikequake, nothing happened today. Nothing happened today. Just a regular fun, chill stream. Krista says Nina has never had a mother, so she just really needy. Yeah, I don't really think that's a defense, but Kelly, yeah, cake day. I honestly told you I would have to have so much cake with so many different things. Carrie says I'm definitely gonna have some chocolate cake when Whitney nasty gets her nasty heifer. Um Sam says this Abe story is not good. Abe needs to walk out and just go to well, I mean, he can't really walk, but my whole thing was like, I'm surprised he didn't actually. That's why Craig said that's cool. I hope it stays that way. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I hope it does too. Alyssa, I agree, disagree with you. Yeah, I was gonna sit there and say, Alyssa, I'm actually happy that they are giving him a story. I don't like the part about now they just said, oh, he's dead. He died or whatever. You know, I wasn't a fan of that, but Spider Quake is in the chat. It was so weird yesterday because you had like a different Arya says, "Hey, Spy, quick, don't worry. I'm going to be on my best behavior regardless of my peers." Yeah, it was. That was kind of rough yesterday. That was kind of rough yesterday. Man, I'm not gonna lie. If I was a little bit more tipsy, I think I would have probably wanted doing another blue light confessions. Jarvo says, Esme says to Spencer that I want both of us to get along. Both agree for Ace's sake. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. Jarvos. Yasmin says they should have found a Lexi lookalike. Debbie says you just met Whitney 2 weeks ago. Just said blue light special. Well, I have to get yeah, okay, yeah. Um, you know what it was? You know what it was, Jess? It was kind of cathartic a little bit. It was kind of nice to sit there and just kind of just talk about that stuff. Quite quick says if I'm still kind of confused on the second episode of Invasions, I'm gonna watch Captain Marvel. Yeah, I'm like, why not? It's on Disney Plus. I know that you say you didn't watch it because like some stuff you felt like wasn't necessary. I guess for me because I'm like a live action Marvel fan fanatic. Like I watch everything that's live action, even the one shots. Like I recently rewatched those like maybe 2 months ago. Kelly says, "Feel feel I like Esme Nanny will pop up someday." I felt like she was. I'm not gonna lie. I felt like the whole nanny thing was so underutilized. Jarvo says, "I see you tomorrow for reviews. Great live. I'm gonna be busy tomorrow, but I'll see you at 4 p.m." Thank you, Jarvos. You have a great night. Kerry says, at least those super chats help with termination, the fact that I'm in the right hand. Yes, of course. No, but I mean, listen, I'll say this much. You have a right to how you felt. You ever rate the how you feel? You do. Well, since invasion is not important. Oh yeah, well, if you watch it, let me know what you thought. But no, you ever rate the how you feel Curry's because it was unnecessary. ZK said I would like to see Spencer move in his own place and make a visitation schedule with Ace. Spencer needs to set some boundaries with Esme. Yeah, I agree with that. And Big Nate's in the chat was good. Becky says, "Yeah, but I think we are loving the blue light confessions." Yeah, I like that. It's actually kind of weird that I really like that. I mean, I did it kind of like out of accent, but like it just made sense because I didn't feel like actually turning on the light and my PlayStation was on, so it just kind of all came together. Seriously. Hmm. It was cool that they're seeing just said when did you have blue lights? Oh, no, it wasn't the blue lights, it was the PlayStation. It was the PlayStation 4. I had that on. Yeah, I had on my PlayStation, so it's like it just reflects the blue light back at me. Yeah, I actually really do like it. I really do like it, Becky D. Miss Key said that was an upgrade from the couples of late night specials you did. Thank you. Aaron's husband. uh, Definitely a happy accident. Like Becky D said, Ariana. Harry says, but I'm gonna drop a truth bomb going after Mel. Like that doesn't make me feel happy. I just felt I needed to put my foot down. That particular truth of this shit was to lure her back. She's not all bad. Yeah, she's not. I generally did feel bad. You know, I did feel bad. I'm glad that she was actually in the chat yesterday, and she seemed like she had a good time. So hopefully she comes in there tonight or this week. That like I said, that's my hard girl right there. CK said GH love to destroy couples like Spencer and yeah. Samuel says Eddie Main did not have to be on GH. Why are we here? Yes, well, especially when they actually work out. But yes, happy accidents are fun when they work out. Yes. Rashanta says Victor's going to watch Nate like a hawk. Well, yeah. Um, I mean, he's called the Great Victor Newman. He's not called the Great Victor Newman for nothing, Rashanta. Freddie says, I love Tracy, but if I was broke, I would have said, listen, Heifer, I'm tired of you. I'm done taking orders from you. Oh, itchy self. I'm done. I should enjoy living my best life. Yeah, but then Tracy's gonna sit there and tap. Well, then Tracy would sit there and threaten to tell Chase, hey, listen, I intervened. I spent money and you know. Now I have a question with the writer strike and stuff like that. Is Josh Griffin, is he still gonna be writing? Yeah, no, Jess, she is insufferable at times. Ron says, if it wasn't for the writer's strike, Days of Our Lives would have completed the overall winner this year, and Ron would have been writer for best writing. I think Ron really, to be fair, I love Days of Our Lives also. I was gonna sit there and say Ron really loves Days of Our Lives, but so do I. Unless I didn't really care for clan scenes, they're just boring. Oh, Chase in Brooklyn. Give me a second. Simon says Chase got way too many storylines that aren't going anywhere. And yeah, that's Simon says yes, Josh Griffin is writing. Oh wow. Well, I mean, I know it's kind of a stupid question, but I'm going to ask anyway. Is he even allowed to write? Like, is he allowed to sit there and still be writing, even though there's a strike? Lashanta said Brooklyn takes Tracy's power. She consistently dropping hints. Sure. Freddie says, well, so it be, well, so be it. If Chase stays with Brooklyn, good. If not, the hell with him. Bye. Exactly. Exactly. I agree with that 100%, Freddie. Simon says he's the writer of YNR solely right now. No, but I'm just saying, is he allowed to still write? Because I know with the writer's strike, it's like if you're on that committee or whatever, you're in that union, so it's like they're pretty much telling everyone to put their pens and pencils down. So that's what I'm just saying. Could he still be, you know? CK said I've been thinking about leaving too. They may mess Trina and Spencer out with Esme and baby. Yeah. WC should now watch it when B&B wins for best writing. Man, they went for best writing. I'm gonna laugh my ass off. I'm gonna be like, yo. Ron says to be fair, Josh is doing a great job pulling young the wrestlers from the bottom of the ladder. Yeah, I agree with that. I do. I agree with that. Now, if only they can do something with B&B, that's the problem. If only they can sit there and do something with B&B. Because it almost seems like sometimes it makes me wonder, do they actually even care about B&B? Like it really does make me sit there and wonder, do they actually genuinely care about what goes on B&B? Samuel says, yeah, you don't have to strike if you don't want to. Most are doing it out of solidarity because you get more and bigger numbers. Ah, I didn't know that. Okay, yeah. All right, thank you, Samuel. I didn't know that. Harry says now the other chick whose name I rather not forget. I meant every single word, but Melanie on Adam fan that goes a long way. Oh, Melanie's not a fan that goes a long way for my redemption on my end. Quite quick says since you watch Wolf War, which has the best music? I don't know which one has the best music, but I would sit there and say the best opening, the best intro would be B&B for me. Born and Beautiful for me personally has the best intro. Um, General Hospital has the worst intro. I'm gonna be honest. It literally the worst. LaShanta says everyone saying Patty LaBelle forgot the words to Tina Turner's song. She's 78 years old, and it's not the first time or the last time she's singing new folks under the table. Samuel says, well, B&B is owned by Brad Bell, so don't hold your breath. Yeah. I'm just saying, I wish they would actually. The Havlins in the chat was good to have them. Laura B says that's funny today on why not Michael was trying to be. Alyssa, I probably will start watching Why Not B&B soon if GH keeps up with this horrible writing. I'm still on the watch days. But here's the thing, Alyssa. I don't know about B&B. Why not? Yes. B&B, you can kind of skip that. I'm be honest, Alyssa. You can skip B&B. why not is actually cooking, and you already know about Dave. So, but I mean, Alyssa, judge B&B for yourself. I personally like why not better. Freddie says Diane is too good of a woman to be single instead of just working all the time. She needs some love in her life. I agree with that. Diane is, and I'm not gonna lie, Freddie. It took me a hot minute because I was like, "Which Diane are you talking about?" But yes, Diane got curves. Simon says best intro for me is YNR. It's just a classic. I do like the intro for YNR. Um, Carrie says she just needs to change her ways and stop playing victim. Then I'll be cool with her. I'll be cool regardless because I'm going to contain my New Year's resolution of being nicer this year. Restart. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, Carries. I mean, granted, don't get it twisted. If somebody comes at you sideways, do what you got to do. But you know, yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. So crazy. Or and I think somebody said this like maybe yesterday, or the day before. Somebody was like, like so much drama in a soap chat. Like it almost feels like it's a soap opera, but then a live stream. When you stop to think about it, for drama to be in a soap chat on some levels, it would make sense. Also, on days going back to days, and you got Sean. He's still spiraling and stuff like that. But I don't even know if anyone actually even cares at this point. Ariana says, I asked my aunt how her and mom watched the shows back in the day. Edge of Night 10:30, Ryan's Hope 12:30, and All My Children 1, 2. Yes. And that was the thing. Here's the thing, Ariana. When I started watching it, Ryan's Hope was replaced by what you call it, Port Charles. But yeah, that was still the same schedule. Only thing I didn't actually watch was All My Children. Daphne Saba, who do you think kidnapped Ava? Mason. I know it's obvious that I'm gonna sit there and say Mason, to Havlin, but I think it's Mason though. Have a good night, Freddie. Thank you for joining. I hope I get to see you tomorrow. Valerie says Edge and Night used to come on at 4. Hmm. Melissa, I'd rather have Guza back to make GH great again, just saying. Oh, the Guza days. Alyssa brought me back to when I first started watching the Bob Guza days. Simmons says the best music for moves, in my opinion, has always been Y&R. GH suspense music has always been too heavy, but ABC soul background music was never chosen well. Darby says Andre Ryan's Seacrest is going to replace what? Whoa, Darby, are you joking? Are you serious? Darby, I want to know: are you joking? Or are you serious right now? I gotta inquiring minds. Gotta you can't leave me hanging, Darby. Simmons says Day's background music is always sounding country or too much like bubblegum pop music. Yeah, I don't like that helicopter like that music where it's like you it's like you're hearing like some sort of helicopter music. Look who's back. Valerie says it's true. What? Whoa, 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 whoa. DC says I agree. CBS daytime has the best background music. It was just the perfect blend of somber, peace, and plays, and the tone of the characters. That's my guy DC. Ariana says, yes, I saw Port Charles with my children, and then GH. YNR was later on than days. Damn. Jimmy says, you mean the yes, yes, that's exactly what Smith is saying. Samuel. Sounded like it was like helicopter music. It sounded like it was a helicopter that was playing, but yes. Prashant said, old skin music better, hands down. BT Awards was trash. Hmm. I agree with that to some extent. Because they're just being pointed all day. Seacrest for Pat Sajak. Okay, so what? Okay, so I mean, I don't hate it. You know what it is? It's just very odd. I think that's what it comes down to. It's just very odd. DC says, like, if we wanted to be real, Guiding Light last year in 2006 had the best use of background music, montage music, and dramatic music for reveals. Hmm. Double C says it's like he got other jobs too. Double C, my guy Ryan is always working like there's no tomorrow. My dude practically has about like 5 jobs. Um, Alyssa Ryan Seacrest is new host of Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, Graham say see Ryan Seacrest got more jobs. Knuckle. See, Grams, this is why I rock with you. This is why I rock with you. Now, Double C said, "Hey, did you hear Nancy Lee went after Kim K? Oh, her, but Double C, her Twitter got hacked though. Someone says, "Boo, Ryan Seacrest." What's wrong with Ryan Seacrest? I don't understand. Like, what's wrong with Ryan Seacrest? Now, Lashana said, "Do anyone know why Ryan's leaving live?" Kylie Ripper. Listen, you before him, you had Michael Strahan. So I'm just saying. DC says now, see if I come out of retirement, I'm going to do a collab with Samuel. He understands the power of the little nuances that makes a soap a soap. Perry says for a smart lawyer, Martin was an idiot for not getting a prenup after the first marriage. Yeah, yeah, you're right. You are definitely right. Samuel says Ryan Seacrest is lame enough, so I guess I can see him as the host of that. I'm thinking about it. That I'm thinking about. Ariana says Ariana says Ryan Seacrest network is damn. That's a lot. Now Becky says same reason all of the co-hosts leave. Yeah, and I was gonna sit there and say that too. That's why her husband's there. Which I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how long her listen, that's a lot to sit there and be with somebody and work with somebody at the same time. DC says I would say out of all the shows, all my children had the best background music. The background music on all my children made you feel like you were watching a fairy tale. Robbie says I can believe Seacrest buying the show, but him actually hosting it, Ryan has more money than God. It makes more sense for him to own the show and have someone else host it for him. Yeah, but you know what it is? Maybe it's just out of fun though. Maybe it's just out of fun. I can see that. Like just doing it just for fun and stuff like that. Sammy says, see, people sleep on my thoughts about soaps because they get wrapped up in their favorite characters. When I look at a soap opera as an ensemble cast. Hmm. DC says, here's a fun fact, Ryan Seacrest owes a portion of Telemundo. So yeah, Homeboy is in the what? Yeah, I think. Well, I don't know if it's. I don't know if DC actually has this where's DC at? Yeah, DC has his he has his email address on his page. I'm not outing you or anything like that. Like your email is literally on your YouTube page. Um Dodie says the co-hosts all leave her for better gigs. It's only a matter of time. Her own husband leaves her for a better gig. Yeah, I was gonna sit there and say I was like, I mean, it's odd though that they're all just leaving like that. LaShanta said I thought Ryan wanted to focus on AI, but I guess not. DC said yes, soaps are truly an ensemble. The background music, the pacing really tells all, and if the writing is right, any character can be written well for it. Crystal said, I heard Whoopi wanted to host WF. Wonder if she's upset. What's WOF? Curry says that Detective Eli should have Whitney follow. She suspects she's suspicious as how sick cats like to as how sick cats like to hide so wouldn't need that damn neighbor to watch. Yeah, I guess Eli doesn't really know about cats though. Curry says Ryan was the guy who produced the Kardashians, so damn. DC says no, I know. It's on my page, which I didn't mind putting up there in chat. I have 10 different emails addressed. Oh. DC says, and writing guiding and with guiding light as the world turns, being the most controversial soaps, it worked at the time because whenever a bombshell happened on the show, you really felt it since it was as contrast. What do you Ariana says, what do you think of Dave as new Superman? Yes, I'm not I would actually have to sit there and look at him. That's a good question, Ariana. I would actually have to look at him. Somebody else said the same thing. Somebody was like, they picked a new Superman. But to be fair, Ariana, I'm still bummed that Henry is not Superman. Like, I'm still bummed he's not Superman. I'm very petty when it comes towards that stuff. But I'm actually have to sit there and take a look at him as well. Now, Samuel says no character should be more important than other characters in soaps. Yes, there's always a face of the soap, but every character should go to quality. Hmm. You're gonna say, yeah, bum too. I just, I don't know. Part of me is just like, I don't know. I'm gonna do my best to try to give this new guy a chance because I can't blame him for James Gunn's decision. I'll say that much. Tim says OMG Roger and Holly on Guiding Light were so good together, so good to watch, and that damn squabbling good times. Graham said Theo solved the case and he didn't even know it. Yeah, that's very true. Very true, Grams. Curry says he was also sort of an Iverson when he told her to wait until he gets back. Then he went soft on her. I'm like, come on, how far could they possibly be? At least the storyline has my attention. Darby says, I like Whoopi, but in short bursts, she can be judgmental and worse, boring if she talks too long. No, well, I might have missed the show you were talking about because you said that she was bummed that she didn't host a show. And it says people don't like Whoopi because she speaks the truth, and America loves being lied to. Yeah, I'm wondering what kind of new show that she was supposed to get that she didn't want him getting. Double C says, "Man, I got to tell you, I'll miss Gotham Knights. That was a good show. I don't care what anyone says." Yeah, I mean, listen, I didn't actually get a chance to watch it, so I'm just like, I would take people's word from it for it. Lasanta says, "I love Whoopi, Wheel of Fortune." Oh, well, thank you, Crystal. I don't know. I can't see her doing Wheel of Fortune, to be honest. I really can't. It's kind of weird. I can't see that. Darby says, I like the current TV Superman right now. The show portrays him as the most human. Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna. That is very true, Darby. That Superman is probably my best. Is probably my favorite Superman. It's him and then Henry Cavill, which is kind of odd, but it's true. Very true. I forgot his name. Tyler something. Tyler and then Henry. Kyrie says Rich says he's older and wiser. Like it's been years since their last breakup. It was like 6 months ago. And he was already older than yes. Ain't that amazing? He actually fixed his mouth to say that. Kyrie says the Bold and the Beautiful are full of unlikable characters and storylines. And yet it's still in the air. Ain't that something? Double Six says Steve Harsh. I can see that. He does do a good job at I can't remember that show's name. Family Feud. DC says, let me tell you something. I wasn't born then, but I can see how the writing from the 70s and 80s as the world turned came for everyone's neck during that time. Lashanta says, I love games, show 25 words or less. Hmm. Now, Samuel says, remember, Todd and Blair is knockoff of Roger and Holly. Samuel says, B&B people make Brooke up. Okay. Uh, yeah. Now, Alyssa says, Todd and Blair were toxic AF. And, it's crazy because I got a video that I'm not too sure about putting out. Now, Alyssa said they were the Landview, Sunny and Carly. It's funny too because I thought about Todd today. I thought about Todd and the video that I'm sitting there thinking about putting out. um, about controversial characters and people they're finding ways to redeem them, which is very odd to me. Like people redeem Todd, people love Luke and Laura, and I'm just like, I think somebody in the chat yesterday was like, Luke was very lovable, and I'm just like you don't know what Luke did to Laura. So to sit there and say that Luke was lovable in any shape, way, or form is just beyond me. Darby says, why does Brooke always blame Thomas for breaking up the legendary love affair of a damn near 40 years? The truth is that Thomas couldn't give a damn about Ridge and Brooke's romance. Well, that's not entirely true. He did. LaShanta says they say that Carly and Sonny. Curry says once a blank from the valley, always a blank from the valley. Embrace it and let her sleep with Thomas. That would be. Alyssa, Luke and Laura were a trash ass couple. Yeah, I don't understand why people actually love those two so much. I'm like, how does that like how do you justify that? How do you sit there and know about what he did and then being like, you know, DC says together Roger had every right to have a problem. And Blake was a grown woman. Somebody says Todd and Blair were trash. I mean, as in the way they lived their lives. ZK said that's why I like them put plus they look good together. Now DC says, but people love Luke back in the day. Most of these folks are backpedaling. I knew Luke was trash when he let Lulu go to travel world after when she left Lulu to go to travel. Well, yeah, that was bad. That was bad. But that like what he did was so much worse. Like it's not even on the same. It's not even nearly on the same scale. Just that maybe Luke and Laura were good back in the day, but they did nothing for me. It wasn't. But that's the thing, though. Just it wasn't even about that. It's about what Luke did to Laura, and then people sitting there saying they loved him as a couple, and um they loved Luke as a character, and I'm like, how do you love somebody who is a blank? Like how do you sit there, how do you even put those two words together? Love and this person being a blank. How's that possible? That's the part that just like it blows me. Yeah, I just a super couple of like. I mean, I mean, it's like they just have selective memory. I don't get that. Becky says, Albert, times have changed and people thought differently back then. What all Luke did back then, what all Luke did back then wouldn't fly to that at all. But see, that's the problem, though, Becky Dean, because that's why I gotta sit there and wonder. It doesn't fly now, right? So how was it able to fly back then? Like was people's standards just that different? You know, like that's the, and I get what you're saying, Becky D. With certain things, yes, but I feel like certain things, like with some stuff, I feel like certain things just be kind of like universal. You know, universal. The Logans don't care about marriage unless it's. DC says, but the thing is, we all love Top Manning and Roger, so that's why people look past Luke. Yeah, but see, and that's the thing though, DC. Should people actually have love Top Manning? Samuel says, I mean, back in the day, the souls would write love interest falling in love with their. Yeah. Now, DC says, I mean, EJ did the same thing to Sammy. We look past it doesn't make it right. No, but we did. Hmm. And I'm not gonna lie, DC, because I gotta find out about the EJ thing. I gotta find out about the EJ thing because I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna kind of break my goddamn heart. Um, Plus, even the actors didn't like the writing of Luke and Laurie. Yeah, I do remember that. I do remember that. Listen, Simmons says, but DH did address it when Luke admitted that our Laura, which was actually a really good story. Lashanta says, wait till Stephanie lets everyone know about the kiss. Yeah, well, tomorrow. I'm just more surprised now. Becky just says people accept a lot of crap that simply would not be tolerable today. Back then, when women got blanked many times, people asked, "What did she?" Yeah, you know what, Becky D, you are right. I hate that, but I hate that that's how it was back then. But you're right though. Barry said Luke was supposed to be killed off, but they saw the chemistry with him and Laura and had to change their story. Just said, wow, I don't know about that. They say there's a time difference between someone being there. Now, DC said Todd was young when he did what he did to Marty, and I believe when someone does something young, there's a room for them to grow and change. Unpopular opinion, I know, but I'm okay with that. Jesse says, "Well, I don't know about that, DC. There's a difference between him being young. Yeah, I'm I'm perplexed by that myself. Double C says, wait, the EJ attack. How did Sammy get knocked up by both EJ and Lucas? Yeah, I gotta look into that one. I gotta look into that one. Alyssa and the person who wrote that storyline thought it was a seduction. Oof. Graham says, I still remember when EJ did that. Facts. Yeah, I gotta look into that one. Because you know me, I'm always they talk about, oh, EJ's my boy. I love EJ. And now I'm just like, seriously. Alyssa, Alyssa, I wish that's like, should have gotten killed off back then and brought Anthony Garrett back to show as Billy, his cousin. Just I don't know how they ended up falling in love for real. Anyone who watched back then, people, let me know. Please let me know. That's a damn good question. Have a good night, ZK. Thank you for joining. Lashanta says, so all the time progress he made, shake my head. Now I didn't want to hear. He fantasized because Hope was wrong. The day kept a secret. They kept a secret. Yeah, Lashanta, somebody else was upset about that for a while, is that they keep trying to redeem him and then they take him back down. And try to redeem him, and they take him back down. And it's just like the same things. Um Sammy says Roger blanked highly on Guy and she could not charge him with because at the time a wife couldn't go against her husband, and way that way because it was argued that a husband can't. Wow, I feel like you're all missing nuances about laws and women thoughts about being sexually blank. To have them say I don't like how GH watered down Dr. Roger. I forgot his last name. Graham says, I'm sorry, Kayla. Have a good night, Laura B. Thank you for joining. Ariana says, yeah, it was on a dance floor, I think, with pop music and passed off as seduction. I think Laura was with Scotty. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I got to look into that stuff. Oof. Damn, that's a lot of. DC said, yeah, that's what made Holly and Roger controversial because it's like, how do you prove that since it's like the day before y'all were doing the same thing, but as consensual, but say it's not. It was a good conversation. No, and I listened. If there's one thing we could sit and agree on, that was damn sure a good conversational piece. Alyssa says Todd suffered when Margaret or him while he was being held down. Wow, I don't remember that. Jesus Christ, I feel like my bad for this getting dark. I didn't realize that that's how Margaret got pregnant with his what? Jesus Christ, what did I miss? And I don't know if that's actually, I think that might actually be a good thing that I missed that stuff. Double C says, but back then soaps took it there. Now everything is watered down. Yeah. Someone says women didn't have certain rights. I mean, yeah, no, you're right about that. Carrie says Ava Corinthos is going to be just fine by the end of the episode. Or I'm 99% sure. Is that sure? Like you're sure, or like you're hopefully sure? DC says my mom even remembers the Roger and Holly storyline from Guiding Light, and she didn't watch CBS daytime, but said the storyline made her feel conflicted as well as most people of the time. Graham says that was talking about Jack. Oh, okay. Jack attacking Kayla on days. Crystal says, I just watched that Luke and Laura scene the other day looking for the song. It was Herbert, and it was clear she didn't want him. She was with Scotty then. And Valerie says, that's why there's no more catfights. That's very true. That is very that's the reason why Luke that's the reason why Carly and Nina didn't fight it out. Like not one fight, not one fight. Come on. Harry says Sonny is talking to Sasha on Friday's episode. There's no way that would be the case if Avery truly missing. He wouldn't give anyone else time. Hmm. Prashanta says, Michael Barnes, are you? Harry says, how are they going to blame the nanny if some of the best security couldn't keep Avery safe from getting kidnapped? Yeah, no, that's very true. Simon says, but y'all can't have it both ways. You can't want these stories just without giving the real. I think that's the problem with today's audience. You want the stories, but you don't want the POV. My guy DC says, go ahead, Pastor Samuel, preach. He's not wrong. DC says the stories do have to show both sides, the POV of the victims and the victimizers. Truth be told. Double C says Guiding Light was my show back then. I loved Danny and Michelle during the 90s. After them, Mariah. That's what I was like, yo, listen, Sammer's not wrong. Like, yo, let my guy Sammy off the floor. Tracy said, yes, soaps is to bring it back in the day, but Times have changed. If those storylines went on today, people would be upset. Yeah, they would. They would be upset. You would have advertisers sitting there saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna advertise for your channel or your show, your network, or whatever." You are 100% correct. Perry says Jocelyn has a little itch. She still want to take down Sunny. I hope she finally pushes Sunny too far and he pushes back hard line. Pro so she's so selfish. Just a few slaps will get her together. Perry says Jocelyn is no Carly. Carly's not a crybaby. Yuan says, well, I didn't know there was a thing about NyQuil, but apparently people were using it as seasoning. Yuan, where did you get that from? Because I saw a video of somebody doing that. So where did you get that from? Because I feel like you might have saw the same video. Lashanta says, I miss Dallas Dynasty, Knots Landing, and I guess that was going to be Falcon Crest. Okay. Evelyn says, I hope when Jackson comes to General Hospital, the powers that be do not water down his character. Well, see, and that, that's another thing though. Davlin, is he coming back as his character from All My Children, or is he actually coming back as a new character? Because you remember back in the day, All My Children, all the ABC soaps were in one universe. DC says that's what allows the stories to be great. Like Seagan, All My Children, we saw Ziga inside and all of Pine Valley being transphobic, but that was part of the process and understanding. Ron says I was just listening to someone also streaming that. Oh, okay. Tracy said they actually start making NyQuil not be as strong. Wow. Okay, so Tracy, so basically they want you to sit there and take more of it. They want you to sit there and take more of it to spend more money on it. That's so messed up. Simon says Guiding Light did that well when it came to Roger and Holly. Roger literally knew he blanked and abused Holly, but Holly was also cheating on Roger, so one could say she brought it on herself. That's rough. Um, hmm, that's messed up. Yeah, they want you to drink more. It used to be so strong that if you took it and the phone would ring, you wouldn't be able to answer it. Hmm. Makes you wonder, was that actually a good thing or a bad thing? I mean, you want to be able to sleep, but you also want to be able to wake up in the morning for work. Tracy said if someone came to the door, you couldn't get off the answer. It was that strong. Bad thing. Yeah, I was gonna sit there and say I was like maybe that was kind of a good thing now. I don't think I've ever actually really took NyQuil once. WC says same with WWE is PG is watered down as well, and many promos wouldn't promote their commercials if WWE was too violent. Damn. Graham said Jackson's only coming for a few days, and going to be in a Pava. He's going to be in Pine Valley air date. Okay. Lashanta said all the soaps are better back in the Yeah. Yeah. I mean you can just say that about TV just across the board to some extent. It was better back then. This is where we get to a point where it's like with Auto 20 always sit there and say, oh, it was better back then than it is now. It was more edgier back then. It would never be rated 14. That sucks. Tracy says I used to take it years ago when I worked graveyards to sleep during the day. Hmm. Damn, I ain't that strong. Timmy says, it's not how I feel, Albert, but that's how the writers written it to give you multiple sides, even the town of Springfield was conflicted about what happened between Roger and Holly. No, I get that that's not how you feel. I was just like, damn, it was heavy. TGIF. I don't know what that means. I can't tell if you're listening to saying good night or Lashanta says, I love crime shows. Yeah, I mean, to this day, my favorite will always be CSI Miami. Darby said, Darby gifted a rose. Oh, nice, Darby. My God, thank you so much. That is what's up. Thank you, Darby. Jesus Christ, thank you. We are so on. Nice. Thank you, Darby. Thank you so much. Alyssa says, I love Law and Order. Oh, my bad. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, DC. Becky D says now it's like they are afraid people will copy action. They see. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff is very watered down. It's all good, Gloria. I'm glad that you're here. I feel like I missed somebody else's comment. Oh, Calais says no, the TV shows. Oh, yeah, I remember that. And of course, you know what? Hanging with Mr. Cooper. I actually like that show. Hanging with Mr. Cooper. It's all good, Gloria. Whenever you're here, you're on time. Carrie says, I love Olivia Benson. That is one. Oh my God, Carrie. You said Olivia Benson, Kyrie. That is it right there. Um, what was one of this? Oh, another 20 something messages. Awesome. Simon says if GH wasn't scared to write it, Esme would be the perfect R victim because of how polarizing she is. Hmm. Alyssa, I love SUV and the new organized. You know, Alyssa, my friend actually likes that show. Um, what's the dude's name? Stabler? DC says Passion stepped on everyone's damn toes and didn't give a damn. Mm. Andrew said hanging with Mr. Cooper with Mark. Yep. Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Of course, family matters. Perfect strangers. Full house sometimes. Although I'm not gonna lie, even back then, like Full House was a little kind of cheesy. This is Elliot. Elliot was his first name, right? Versace says NCIS Los Angeles. Yeah. DC says, yeah, that's what made Marty on White Live the right person for her storyline with Todd because she was a party girl and it started, so it gave her story more layers. Damn, missed out on a lot. Tracy says, love Perfect Strangers. Jason Cat. I don't know where this person is. You should do a watch party where SUV come back. I may do that. Tracy says, love Perfect Strangers. I wonder who's calling me. I'm not going to answer it right now. Oh, it took me a second. Okay. Jonathan, what's good, Jonathan? Damn, everyone's coming in mad late. I mean, I love having people who come in. Um, just I'm about to sit there and get rid of. But how you doing tonight, Jonathan? Yeah, Perfect Strangers is my show. Darby says I remember the days when Laura was just and Laura behind the Luke, and Laura is only when she dumped him on the middle of the highway that we found out what a great white. Damn. DC says like on EastEnders, the characters of Ben was assaulted by a man he went to go have an affair with, and then added later since he was attacked, but he didn't plan to cheat on. Oh wow, what's good, Jonathan? Tracy says Todd assaulted Marty back in the day on like 11. They went and then they gave him a permanent role. It just, I mean, I don't know. I guess for me, I just look at it and I'm like, I just look at it and it's, I guess for me, it's very hard for people to sit there and say that they love some of these characters, you know? Debbie says, when Sean gets art, I thought Nick was the only guy on days to get art in prison. Might have been the story before I started watching. Devlin says, I believe that Jackson is going to be someone's lawyer on General Hospital, according to Dirty Souls or whatever their thing is. Well, definitely gonna look forward to it. But with that being said, I think I'm gonna end the stream tonight. I do want to thank everyone for joining. This was a lot of fun. Um, Sarah says male art is never taken seriously on any show, and that's very true, Samuel. I hate that, but it's very true. Though. Yeah, I'm not surprised though, Jonathan. I'm really not. I'm more just kind of snippet looking at it and being like, I feel like in some ways they kind of had to do that for plot because I'm like, I don't know Harrison, but I can't believe he'll be that stupid, you know? But have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Tracy. Have a good night, LaShanta. Have a good night, Samuel. Have a good night, Valerie. Have a good night, Alyssa. Have a good night, Nikisha. Have a good night, Big Samuel. DC, Gloria, Valerie, Cat Lady. I said DC. Kyrese, Darby. Darby again, thank you so much. Oh my God. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. For the gift of membership. Have a good night, Autumn. Thank you for the super chat. DC says, I love getting a chance to talk about this past selves. Yeah, it was good to see you in the chat. Have a good night, Double C. Have a good night, Grams. Samuel says, I love Roger on Guiding Light, but it was because he was looking for love and wealth outside of himself. Hmm. Damn, I missed all the big shows back then. I did. Um, have a good night to Havlin. Kyrie says, good night, Grams. Good night, Jonathan. Good night, LaShanta. Good night, DC. Good night, Fan Favorite. Good night, Alyssa. Good night, Cat Lady. Good night, Darby. Good night, Double C. Good night, Jess, and everyone else. And everyone else. I just love how that sentence ends. DC said that was deep, Samuel. Samuel says you realize their problems and root for them to find their way. Hmm, interesting. Very interesting. But good night, everyone. Stay safe. I will see y'all tomorrow in the next live stream. You know how we're gonna sit there and do it. We're gonna cook. We're gonna have a good time doing it. So have a good night, Gemini. Have a good night, Duan. Like I said, whenever you're here, you're on time. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Crystal. Have a good night, Becky D. I feel like I'm missing some people. I can't really sit there and think of it right now. So good night, everyone. Stay safe, and I will see in the next live stream. Laters.